Okay, these are three lines that we need to sketch. We'll do a little sketch of them just to show what the gradient and intercept are. The general form of a straight line is y equals mx plus c, as we know. This represents an equation of a straight line. Just a point on that is this is a general line with a given slope of gradient m, so it can look like this typically, or say this, or say this. But once it goes over vertical, say a vertical or a horizontal line, like so, then m no longer can either have a zero value. If m is 0, the horizontal, then you can see that the equation line will just be y equals a, or c in this case here. C would be the value on the y-axis. So that's a special case. And then if m is infinite, then this equation won't make any sense. So here, if we had a straight line like this, it's represented by the equation x equals whatever value this is here. So x equals 4 illustrates all the solution points on this line. So it doesn't give any restriction on y. So that's the general thought about a straight line. It's either this, and the other two instances, the exceptions, is going to be either x equals something or y equals something. And this if it's a genuine slope, which is not 0 or infinity. So here we can read off the correspondences, can't we, if we match them up. When we say x, we mean one lot of x, so circle that, that's m, circle that, that's c. So in the first one, m equals 1, slope 1, intercept 2. C is the intercept in this thing, so if you wanted to sketch it, it would be slope 1, which means for every one you go along, you go up 1, so you'd probably want to draw it a bit like that. Intercept 2, so when x is 0 here, if you input 0, 0 times m is 0, and you get y equals 2, don't you? So that's why this value here is 2 when x is 0. The input is 0, put it in, you get an output y equals c, which is 2. So that's called the intercept, the value 2, m is called the gradient. So that's that. So that's the first one. Next one, y equals 2x. Here, circle that m. It's actually 2x plus 0, isn't it? So the intercept is 0. The slope is 2, because 2 can be written as 2 over 1 as a fraction. So for every one you go along, you go up 2. So it's quite steep. Often we don't draw them as steep as the gradient suggests, because for the purposes of the sketch it gets too steep. But that's really what it is. Y equals 2x is the line here. And the intercept is 0, as we said on the height above the 0. Okay, that's that one. Now this last one, we can write minus x over 2. If we wanted to be a bit more careful in what we said, you can write that minus x over 2 as minus 1/2 x. It's the same thing. And then if you do that, it's easy to read off m and c. So in this example, minus 1/2, c is minus 3 over 2, so the intercept on the y-axis is minus 3 over 2. And it's negative gradient, so it's going downhill, but not very much because it's quite a low number. So quite shallow. And this is the y equals minus 1/2 x minus 3 over 2. Okay, so for the second one, m was 2, c was equal to 0, and then the last one, m was equal to minus 1/2, so we can just read them off, and the intercept is minus 3 over 2, and these values enable us to sketch the curves in each of the instances.